in to start with maybe keep a little jumper on or something. We're going to start in Balasana, child's pose. But if your knees feel a little bit stiff this morning or the legs feel a bit stiff, let's take a cushion under the buttocks, between the heels and the buttocks. And then popping your hands on some blocks in front of you. And then releasing the chest, the head down to your mat. Close the eyes here. And begin to feel the natural flow of breath. So I encourage you to surrender to the natural flow of your breath. Don't try to force it in any way. Just notice the natural rise and fall of the chest. Maybe feeling the belly press against the thigh. As you breathe in and the belly creates that balloon of air. So invite your breath in with open-mindedness. Feel every inhale and exhale. Feel it physically. Feel it with its sensations. Maybe noticing how the ribs at the back open. And then as the ribs soften, as the breath releases and lets go. So riding the natural wave of your breath, in and out, like the flow of water, or the ebb and flow of the wave at the ocean shore. Lapping in and out, gently and softly. Ocean breathing. Take a little swirl of the breath in the back of the throat. Little whispering of the breath. Just to help you guide yourself into the present moment. Feeling yourself on your mat, your hands pressing on your blocks, your shins pressing onto your mat. Your forehead, maybe the bridge of the nose. Feel all the sensations in the body. Scan the body. Looking with kindness and compassion, gratitude at yourself right now, how you feel. So noticing and accepting what you see or what is, and there is really no gain in resisting what is. For by resisting, you create an additional layer of stress and tension and suffering, maybe even a form of pain. Resisting what is. So this morning, being kind to yourself, really finding that acceptance practice. Acceptance in your heart for what is. Now finding a resolve, something that deeply resonates with you. And repeat it 3 times to yourself. I am. Find your intention for today. See it, feel it clearly and definitely. Now take a deep breath in. Fill the lungs as much as you can in this posture. Open the breath, open the mouth and really sigh and let the breath out. Do that 2 more times. A lovely feeling as you sigh the breath out. Feel your body become weighted with gravity and feel the body surrender. That's that sensation of surrendering, letting go, releasing. Releasing all that doesn't serve you. On your next breath in, very gently peeling yourself up off your blocks and coming to a tabletop Buddhalasana pose, all fours. So let's be very mindful with everything we do. Taking note of the hands, the pointer fingers pointing up to the top of the mat. Feel the knuckles pressing into the floor. Feel a little lift in the palm of the hand. See if you can almost lift the palms and then place them down. Spread the fingers a little wider and then see if you can shine the inner creases of your elbows forwards and backwards. Do a little rotation of the elbows internally, then externally. And then finish with opening up the shoulders. So you feel the shoulders open and the chest open as you shine those inner creases forwards. Checking in on your lower limbs now, your knees are beneath your hips and your feet pressing into the mat. So your knees hip distance apart. Begin to gather in the waist, the belly, navel to spine, Uddiyana Bandha. Then take a little squeeze and lift into your pelvic floor. So from here, practicing a little cat-cow. So inhaling, coming up with the gaze, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the tailbone. Then exhale as you tuck everything under and dome that space between the shoulder blades. It's almost like you're trying to bring your hips towards your nose. Inhale to look up. Exhale to tuck, round the spine, up to the sky, scoop the belly. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tuck everything under. And then lift the shoulder blades up to the sky. Let's do 3 more. You do that in your own rhythm and time with your breath. Really feel the spine moving fluidly, the hips and pelvis moving fluidly. Lovely steady rhythm of your breath. Then coming to a neutral spine, you're going to take a thread of the needle. Inhale, take your hand and your weight into your left hand, reach the right arm up to the sky, twist and look up. And then exhale, thread your hand through and under the left side, Mindfully creating a little pillow on the side of the head onto the floor to find a comfortable position. 2 choices: to walk your hand forwards onto your block and then push the armpit down towards the floor. Or if you want to bind the hand, reach up first and then reach it behind the back towards the right thigh and then roll the left shoulder back, taking a bit more of a twist in the spine, looking up to the sky. You find what works for you today. 2 more breaths. Inhale if you're reaching the arm up to the sky by binding behind the back, reach up, and then plant it down or slide the hand back and press into that left hand. Then go over to the other side, so weight comes into the right hand. Twist, look up, reach your left hand up to the sky, really feel that opening up, and then exhale, thread it through, find that landing for your side of the head to the floor. Settle in, reach the hand forwards onto your block, right hand forwards onto the block, and then press the shoulder and armpit down to the floor. Or bind behind the back, so reach up to the sky with the right arm, and then reach behind. Roll your right shoulder back, and turn the gaze up to the sky, but be careful with your neck. Deep breaths, feel the belly rise and fall. Keep your feet pushing into the floor, into the earth. One more deep breath in and out. You can reach up if you had your bind, or slide the hand of the block back towards you so you can press into the right hand, coming into your tabletop position. Move your blocks aside, and then coming up onto your knees. And take some very gentle camel rolls, very gentle. You don't have to lean back too far. So lean back and gently place your fingertips onto your heels, your left hand onto your heels. You can tuck the toes under if you want a little bit more height, so you don't have to lean back so far. So just taking left hand to left heel, and then roll the right arm in 5 big circles. Follow your hand with your gaze. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Inhaling. Exhaling. Feel the flow of your breath. Nothing too forceful. Then over to the other side, right hand, right heel. Inhale, sweep the arm overhead. Paint the sky with beautiful colours. Imagine a beautiful sunrise like we had, I think it's last week. The beautiful brush strokes with your hands. Magical paintbrush. Magical colours of gold. And with some of that being purple. Warm colours. Bringing light and brightness to the morning. And then if it feels good, place both hands onto your heels. Roll your shoulders together. Open the shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades together. Push your hips forwards. Squeeze into the thighs. Open up into the front body. Look up to the sky. 5 deep breaths. Inhaling, take your hands to your hips. Slowly lift the head. Bring the hands forwards. And step your right foot forwards. It's like you're going For a sprint into a lunge, you can untuck the back toes. I'm going to go drive the hips down towards the mat and then take the hips back, straightening into the front leg. Do 5 of those on one side, then 5 on the other. So inhale, hips forwards, into lunge. Exhale, straighten your front leg. You don't have to overly fold the body down. Don't force it. Just move to where you feel comfortable. No tension, and don't over-resist the urge to push. Or do resist the urge to push into all of these movements. So you're not creating resistance in the body, creating fluidity. Step the feet together, or the knees together rather, and then the left foot forwards. Let's take it over to the other side. So big breath in as you lunge and push the hips down. Exhale, straighten your front leg, a little fold over the leg, but nothing too dramatic. Mindfully keeping a little engagement into the abdominal area. So always trying to keep a little navel to spine, a little lift into the pelvic floor every now and then. Keeping those muscles active, supporting the lower back. Okay, now into the other side again. Coming into lizard, hands down onto the floor. Slide your left leg back. And then turn your right foot out 45 degrees. Let's take 3 more breaths here. I'm going to do some lizard variations this morning. And then taking the elbows down. Allow the head to hang heavy. Don't take any tension into the neck. Maybe nod the head yes, shake the head no if you're feeling any tension there. And let's see if you can walk your foot forwards a little bit further. So wiggle it a little bit further forwards and see if you can take your knee almost in front of your shoulder. You can clasp the elbows together. And then having a little fun here. It's called crawling lizard. So reaching your left hand back and your right hand forwards. Three more breaths. Working a little deeper into the hips this way. Then on an inhale, bring yourself so that you can go into the outer, maybe bring the foot back a little bit, then push the knee out to the side, left hand onto the floor, lift your back foot up, grab hold of it with your right hand, rolling the right shoulder back, look over your right shoulder. So pushing that knee out to the side. Or you can use your hand just to get the sensation of you pushing the knee to the side. So on the outer blade of your right foot. If it's available to you, you can take your elbow down and do the same posture but with the elbow to the floor. 3 more breaths. Release the back foot. Let's go over to the other side. Left foot forwards. So first on the hands. Driving the hips down. Slide the back foot away a little bit more. And then elbows down. Turn your left foot out 45 degrees. Release tension into the head and neck, in the face, no tension. Sometimes we try to concentrate so hard that we create a frown in the face. We try to not create any unnecessary tension in the body. Walk your foot forwards just a little bit, a few inches. See if you can bring the knee alongside the elbow, maybe clasp opposite elbows. And then reaching the left arm forwards, the right arm back. Two more breaths. Then elbows down, push down with the hands, bring the foot back a little bit. So wiggle it back. Now weight into the right hand, and then open the left knee out to the side so you're on the outer blade of the left foot. Use your hands onto the thigh to a little gentle nudge in the direction outwards, and then lifting the back foot off. Reach back with the left hand, grab hold of the foot and pull it in towards your buttock. Look over your left shoulder. Feel that oceanic breathing, whispering breath come down onto your elbow if you can. Onto the right elbow. Keep looking back over your left shoulder. 3 more breaths. And release the foot. Well done. So down dog. Let's set up tabletop first, with the hands a little bit further forward though than underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes and then hover the knees. For a couple of breaths off the mat, scoop the belly up. And then push into the hands, send the buttocks towards the heels, the belly towards the thighs. So you're in that low crouch position, then send the hips up to the sky. Pedal out your legs. Oh, that feels so good. Stretching down the low calves all the way down the Achilles. Any clicking of the ankles. So you walk your dog in any way you want. You can even wag your tail. Feel your tail wag from side to side. Little rainbows with the heels. Rolling over the toes, waking up the toe joints. And then finding your down dog. Maybe walking your feet now a little closer than you would normally. So you can really push the heels into the floor. Have your feet onto the outer edges of your mat. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, reach to your right ankle with your left hand. Look beyond your right armpit, up to the sky. Inhale to center. Exhale, left ankle with the right hand. Looking beyond the left armpit, so looking up to the sky. Two more breaths. Inhale, back to center. And then walk the feet a little bit closer together, normal distance for your down dog. Then take your left foot a little bit towards the middle. Lift your right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hip up. It's like you're trying to take your foot to your left buttock. See if you can see that heel beyond the left armpit. And now draw some big circles with the knee, 5 in each direction. breathing nice and steadily and evenly with your movements. Place that foot down, over to the other side, so right foot towards the center of your mat. Extend and lengthen the left leg to the sky. Open the hip up, bend the knee, and trying to kick the right buttock with the heel. See if you can see your heel beyond the right armpit. And then circle the knee, 5 in each direction. Place the feet back down, and then walk your hands up to the top of your mat. And from here, I want you to cross your right leg behind your left and hang in ragdoll with crossed legs. Deep breaths. Feel quite an intense stretch down the back of the right leg. 2 more breaths. And then take your hands down so you can take the left leg behind the right. And then clasp the elbows the other way. So the non-dominant clasp of the elbows. Really reach your elbows down towards the floor. Don't take any tension in the head. Keep everything nice and loose there. Loosen the shoulders. Keep scooping the belly up. 2 more breaths. And then releasing the hands down. Into Malasana. Now, perhaps taking your edge of your mat and then rolling that up if you need a little lift for your heels, completely your choice. So it might just need 1 inch, 2 inches, a couple of inches. Take the feet nice and wide, take your hands to your heart center and sink down into your yogi squat. If it helps to drop the hips down, then do a few stand up and drop downs. I find this sometimes helps open up into my hip joints. So sinking down, settling down into your Malasana, and then reach opposite ankles with the opposite hands. Swap the bind. Then keeping the left hand on the right ankle, reach the right arm up to the sky. Taking a twist. Other side, right hand, left ankle. Lift the left hand up to the sky. And then back to Malasana. Pushing the knees back with the elbows. And then planting the hands down, lift the hips up, straighten the legs. And then taking the hips down. Keep the hands down on the floor. Lift the hips, stretch. Exhale down, do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, drop down. Lift and stretch. And then exhale down. Coming up, lift the hips. Unroll the edge of your mat if you'd use the edge of your mat. Coming into Padahastasana. So keeping your feet hip distance apart, sliding the hands underneath the feet so that your toes are by your wrists. Scoop the belly up, look forwards on an inhale. Exhale, drawing yourself down onto the legs. If you need to, bend into the knees, a little bit, bend into the knees. Scoop the belly up, create space. With every exhale, release, surrender into the sensations in the backs of the legs. Pulling yourself down, more and more down towards the thighs. Crown of the head reaching down towards the mat. Elbows reaching out sideways. Check the head, it's not tensing up into the neck. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, walking the hands off the feet. Not hands off the feet, yes, feet off the hands. And then wrapping the arms around the backs of the knees. Hug the head towards the knees. And then taking hold of the hands behind the back, clasp the hands together. Yogic seal. Bend into the knees a little bit more so that the belly, the chest is completely connected to the thighs. Draw the head down towards the knees or the space between the knees. Draw your chin towards your chest. 2 more breaths. Then releasing the arms down. Bringing yourself down to the mat. Right leg forwards, left leg back. Let's take a little pigeon. So walk your hands forwards, reach the arms forwards. Really slide the left leg away, point the toes. 3 more breaths. Push the armpits down towards the mat. So feeling the press down of the arms and the shoulders. Inhale to come up. Switch sides. Left leg forward, slide the right leg back. Check your hips are level so you're not at an angle to the side. The hips are completely facing down and forwards. Reach your arms forwards. Press the shoulders and armpits down to the mat. Three more breaths here. Inhale to come up. Taking your feet to the floor, bend the knees, and then hug. It's like you're hugging your elbows to the inner thighs, hands together. Push the elbows outwards as you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the knees in. So pushing in and out at the same time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a really nice one. Crossing the legs, grow the spine nice and tall. Take a twist over to the right. So reaching the crown of the head up to the sky. Look over your right shoulder. A light touch with that back hand with the fingertips. You have the palm of the hand facing out to the side. Over to the other side. long spine. Go for your left shoulder. Feel the ocean breath in and out. Inviting the wave of the breath in and out. So lying down on our bellies now. Land your stomach. Reach the arms forwards. Legs together. You're going to take a breath in. I want you to lift your left leg, right arm. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale down. So just the nose touching the floor. Inhale, opposite side, opposite leg. And keep going. Do 6 more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you release. And bringing the elbows back. Take a little Sphinx pose. Twist, look over to your right foot. Inhale, center. Twist, look to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, squeeze into the side body. Lying back down. Just going to create a little W shape with the arms. Then reach forwards. We're going to do 10 of those. So breath in, squeeze the W shape. Exhale, reach forwards. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep looking down to the mat. Legs together. Inhale. Exhale. Do a little turn out of the feet. So rolling the inner arches of the feet, the inner blades of the feet down to the mat. So you have a turn out of the legs. Do another 5. Last one. Come back to your Sphinx. Push into the elbows. And then walk the hands forwards, coming into puppy dog pose. Head down, shoulders reaching down to the floor. 5 deep breaths, scoop the belly up. If it's comfortable for you, you can look forward between the hands. So sliding the chest a little bit further forwards, hands a little bit further forwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push into the elbows. And last little squeeze of the body by taking first a little hollow on our back, and then we're going to do a hollow plank just to create some warmth in the body. So what I want you to do is lay on your backs and then feel what they call a hollow. That's the hollow back. You're pushing the lower back into the floor. So there's no space between your back and the mat. So keep that crunch into the belly and the push of the lower back into the floor. Then extend the legs away and then take the arms but reach behind. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. A little rock and roll. Then feeling that sensation of that hollow in the back, then to take a little plank. So instead of having the arch in the back, I want you to tuck and squeeze into the belly. Create your plank. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put the knees down. Take yourselves over to the wall. Hopefully you have a wall. over to the wall. So if you need to take your mat with you, then take your mat with you. Actually, I'm going to go over to this side. I think it might be easier. I'll turn my camera around just a little bit because this wall is actually not long enough for me to do straddle legs. So I'm going to turn my camera around. Taking yourself down onto the floor. And take a little bridge with our feet on the wall. So setting up your legs at a right angle. Take a nice breath in, start to peel the spine off the mat, tilting the pelvis, lift the hips up. So you're coming up onto your shoulders. Then roll back down. Being mindful that the hips and the legs track, so you're not going side to side. So imagine everything coming up in parallel and exhale going down. So do 5 lifts. So we're going to go inhale, tilt the pelvis, lift the hips up, peel the spine off the floor. You can even reach the arms back. Then exhale, peel the spine back down, lower the arms. Inhale, peel the spine off. Lift the arms up and back. Exhale, peel the spine back down. Do 3 more. Inhale, peel. Exhale down. That feels so good. Draw navel to spine. Pelvic floor lifted. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Keep that tracking alignment of the hips, the pelvis, the legs. Last one. Just check you haven't pushed against the wall too much. And that your hips are started to slide back. So maybe just wiggle yourself forward for this last one. Nice, straight, level hips. Exhale down. Lower the arms. And then we're going to take yourself a little bit closer to the wall. So take your hip, one hip to the side hip to the wall. So you can bring your bottom closer to the wall. We're going to do half Baddha Konasana against the wall. So folding one leg, bending one leg, having the other leg straight. You choose a side. Pushing the knee in towards the wall. And then swapping sides. And then taking full straddle. Open the legs nice and wide. And cactus the arms. Deep breaths. Two more breaths. And then a little happy baby against the wall. So feet down. Push the knees out to the side. And hold on to the outer blades of the foot. And then re-extend your straddle. Three more breaths. And now extend the legs up the wall. If you want to, you can take a cushion behind the legs, if that feels good for you. And put on your jumpers or hoodies, or take a little blanket for over the body so that you don't get cold. But keep the legs extended up the wall. So closing your eyes now, keeping your focus and attention inwards. Feeling the breath coming and going. Feel that natural wave without resisting or forcing the rhythm of the breath in any way. It's like the ebb and flow of the tide in and out. Allowing the body to soften and surrender, letting gravity sink the body into your mat. So without resisting and pushing in any way, without having to control in any way. So think of your body as water and your energy as that water flowing inside your body. Feeling the breath move to all the parts of the body, softening and soothing away tension, resistance in the body. So without creating any blockages, without creating any tension, allow the breath to really dissolve the tension away. So really surrender to your breath. Almost feel as though the breath is breathing you. Allowing the spine and the hips, the buttocks to soften into the floor. Softening into the legs, softening into the arms, the neck, the face, the muscles of the face. It's almost like your bones are dissolving into your muscles and you're so softly relaxed. It's almost like you're imprinting your body, sinking your body into the floor and imagining your floor, the mat as warm, soft sand. Enjoy this downward sinking sensation as you release and let go. Know that you are fully secure and safe. Feeling that groundedness of the earth beneath you. Feeling every length of every breath, from the start to the end. But relaxing without forcing, without becoming rigid in any way. Concentrating without stiffening. Not grasping forcefully at trying to do something. Over controlling. So that's sometimes what happens when in life we try to push and force and drive so hard that we create tension and resistance. So breathe that resistance away and just let the ebb and flow of your breath, like the waves of the sea, roll in and out of you. Steady, continuous, natural breath. So really set yourself free of grasping, forcing, tension and pain, stress in the body. So if you imagine a man walking around, parched, thirsty, in a desert, looking for water, and then coming upon an oasis and being so thirsty, wanting that water. And then they're so desperate to lean down and reach that water to take a drink, have fists with their hands and taking fists with their hands, trying to scoop the water to their lips to take a deep drink. You cannot grasp water this way. You have to release and soften the hands and cup the hands to scoop the water gently to your mouth. So resisting what is, working with what is in a grateful, accepting way. Slowly wiggling your fingers and toes. And then in a very gentle way, reach your arms overhead and give yourself a loving stretch. And then carefully rolling over onto either side that is safe. So you can bring your legs down from the wall. Spend a moment maybe just curling up into a little ball, that embryonic, safe, secure, round ball. It feels very natural and safe, instinctively. Keep your eyes closed for a few more moments as you come up to seated, cross-legged. When you're in your seated position, reach the spine long and tall up to the sky. Trying to touch the sky with the top of your head. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, so just gently roll your shoulders forwards and backwards. So although the spine is long and tall, your shoulders are soft. There's no tension in the neck, no tension in the face. Really let go of any tension in the face. Taking some attention to your belly, draw your belly in, navel to spine, a little lift in the pelvic floor. Take your left hand to your heart and your right hand to your belly. Feel the energy flow between your hands, your heart beating, and the rise and fall of the breath beneath your hands as the belly rises and falls. Feel the life force flow within you, friend. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for getting up and joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed a gentle wake up to your Friday. Lots of love and light. Take care, be kind, and work with what is. Bye for now.